What's up guys, Mrverry, aka Adronus here, and today I'm going to be showing Zao Souleaters. And this is a really good area for sorcerers and druids to hunt. So, for those of you looking for an area to get good money and good experience, this is definitely one of them. And right to the south, there's also brimstones. And brimstone bugs are also really good for money, not so much on experience. If you're looking for good experience, I would definitely suggest the Soul Eaters. And they're weak to both fire and energy, so it's kind of a sorcerer's dream. And Soul Eaters are a real pain in the ass for knights and paladins. Because I believe they are 50% resistant to physical damage. And the entrance that I usually take is over to the left here, and this might be I don't want to say this is the only entrance because I'm not completely sure that it is. So, and you can see there's a lot of mutated creatures with them, but they are a lot tougher than mutated creatures, so if you can handle the Soul Eaters, you can definitely handle the mutated creatures with ease. And I'm gonna Exani her up, and this is the Soul Eater area, and it looks like someone else is here, but that's okay. Oh look, it's King Siggy. So you can see my main strategy is just to get them all on me and spam GFBs. As a sorcerer, you can also use your Rage of the Skies or um, fuck, Exevo Grandmass Flam. Oh, Hell's Core. Yes, that's what it is. Sorry, I had a little bit of a brain fart there. And I'll show you how much damage that does. Yeah, that works quite effectively. Actually, before they made it so that there was cooldowns, mages just used to really bring great mana potions here and strictly use Rage of the Skies and just completely annihilate, all the Soul Eaters. And you can see they actually do a decent amount of damage, so you have to be somewhat careful with how many you get on you depending on your level, how much health you have, There's always going to be factors like that. And you'll also notice that they drop a significant amount of platinum coins. That's actually one of the best things about them is how many plats they drop consistently. So they also drop lizard essences, which sell to Malunga and Liberty Bay for I forget exactly how much, but I know it's a decent amount. And we're gonna UE here just to take them out. For those of you who aren't old school Tibia players, UE refers to a mage's ultimate, and the reason that it's called UE is because Ultimate Explosion used to be the only main spell for sorcerers, and druids did not have one. They had Poison Storm, but that was highly ineffective comparatively. So, there's a little old school Tibia lore for you guys. and you can see their damage really does stack up. You definitely have to, and they drop up to 6 plats at once, which is really nice, considering their difficulty and how many of them there are together. You really can't beat that. And some small amethysts from the mutated bat. They occasionally drop stuff too, you know, not quite as much as the Souleaters, but and another 6 plats and 5 from him. See, so just in 2, that's 1.1k, and I certainly didn't use 1.1k in supplies to take them both out. So definitely a good spot. I used to hunt here even back when I was like 150, 160, and definitely really enjoyed it. So I'm going to show the northwest section here, then the northeast, and then I think I'm going to, if I have enough time left for this video, I think I'll show the brimstones, because they're so close to this hunting area, and a lot of the time when I was hunting here before, I would alternate between brimstones and this area, or if there was someone camped here who was able to take them out quicker than me, I would just go to brimstones. And one of the most annoying things about Souleaters is the fact that they use invis very frequently. And that's why it's important to be stacked on great fireballs or thunderstorms, whichever you prefer. I prefer GFBs because the mutated rats here take higher damage to it. And I'm going to use Great Fireball twice and then Rage of the Skies to polish them off. And the Lizard Essence, a Death Ring. They actually have a chance of dropping a 40k item. They drop Ectoplasmic Sushi, which is one of the better foods you can get, and I believe it restores 50% of your hunger, so you only need to eat 2 of them. And they're also lightweight, and I personally think they look pretty cool. I used to have them around my house and at the bottom, just to give it some extra flashing, and I don't know, I just thought it looked nice. So, drop another UE, and you can see it polishes off the majority, and kill the straggler. And not so good on loot so far this time around, but you can't just have amazing loot all the time now, can you? That'd be nice though. Be pretty rich. So I just ran to the southwest just so I could harbor a couple more creatures, and now I'm just going to bring them down using Great Fireball. And even when there's only one, it is really easy to drop them. I mean, you don't need to just be spamming AoEs. And if you're a lower level and you have access to this area and you would like to hunt here, I would suggest just doing one at a time if need be. I mean, if you're noticing that they're damaging you so significantly that you don't really feel comfortable, then try doing less at a time, not getting yourself mobbed. The reason I get myself mobbed is because not only can I heal through it, but I can take them out quite easily. So I'm going to run back through the Souleaters, and this whole area right here is also Souleaters, but the tops are the best in my opinion, and they respawn fairly quickly. I mean, going back through these areas, you should be able to see that, and yep, indeed you can, because there's 4 on me right here, and that's about to be 5. And I'm going to UE to polish them off. Rage of the Skies, ROTS, whatever you want to call it. Like I said, us old school players will typically call it a UE because that's what it was for the longest time. So, took out the rats already, and weakened one of the Souleaters pretty significantly. Death blobs are kinda looping around. And just polishing them off. So you can see in such a short time, I've already looted almost 10k in plats, which is really, really nice. And I've looted 6 lizard essences. And like I said, I don't remember exactly how much they sell for. I want to say 300, but, like, you know, I might be wrong. If you're really curious, you can just look it up on Tibia Wiki. And onward we go. So I'm going to go down to the Brimstones now and show them, because I think they're a pretty interesting area. And you can see one of the Brimstones using its attack down there. And they actually made Brimstones one of the creatures you can task on, and I believe it's for between like level 90 and 130 or something. I don't know exactly, but definitely good creatures to hunt. And unfortunately, it's looking like someone has cleared them out for the most part, so I'm not really going to be able to show them in their entirety, but this is the area where they spawn, and they're weak to ice, fire, and energy, I believe. And they drop creature products like crazy. And I know that I'm using my fire wand, but I'm just trying to drop this quickly and move on. And nice, got a Wand of Inferno. Out of 1, how about that? And I'm going to switch back to my Dwarven Legs because there are some creatures that use fire here, and there's no need to increase my fire damage. But yeah, they drop poisonous slime like every time, just about. It's crazy the amount they drop poisonous slime. And while it is only 50 gold, it's also one of those lightweight creature products that it doesn't really matter how many of them you have on you. So, I'm going to try to get some more on me because, like I said, it really looked like this area was a little cleared out. And this is looking a little better. So, IUE. And Brimstones do use Wrath of Nature, which deals a decent amount of damage, so getting as many brimstones on you as I just had on me is not advisable unless you think that you can handle the amount of damage they can deal in combination. And like I said, they drop a crazy amount of creature products, which you can see. They also drop a decent amount of emeralds. They drop magic sulfurs, platinum amulets rarely, stealth rings, somewhat decent. Not all the time, but it's not really too crazy or unheard of to loot one. And there's also Wailing Widows in the southwest section. So those can be a pain in the ass just for the fact that they can make you drunk. And one more thing about Brimstones I forgot to warn about. One of their main attacks is actually mana drain, and it's in a beam, you know, not a wave or anything, so you can avoid it so long as you're not right in front of them. And that's definitely advisable because they do steal quite a bit of mana when they hit you with it. And this whole strip down to the south here and the southeast is pretty much stock full of brimstones. Like, I'll go down a little bit just to show you. It's also got a decent amount of lizards. So, I wouldn't just bring great fireballs. I would definitely bring avalanches too, so you can deal damage to the lizards and the brimstone bugs at the same time. Definitely pretty essential. I mean, using great fireballs, you will deal damage to the lizards, but you're not gonna deal a significant amount, unfortunately. See, fire is not so good with them. And I've showed a lot of what I wanted to. I mean, there is an area over here where you can go down, and there's a cave of brimstones, but I personally prefer this area, and also because if you're alternating between this and the Souleaters, you can see how close it is. You really don't have to go far. And a good amount of brimstones have spawned, so gonna drop a couple great fireballs and then UE, and bam, took them all out. How about that? And now it's time to loot. So you can see there's quite a vast amount of brimstones, like all the way around here. And a magic sulfur already, hell yeah, that's like 8k. Didn't really expect to loot one of those in this small amount that I've killed here, but I'm not complaining. And there's gonna be like probably one or two up here, yeah. Nothing too crazy. And brimstones are actually also weak to physical. So if you're a paladin and you know you were watching this and thinking, oh, I'd like to hunt brimstones, well, you can do that effectively. Of course, you're not going to be able to do it, you know, in the same method that I do with getting a whole shitload on me and just spamming AoEs, but certainly using some sort of high physical dealing damage weapon or ammunition is going to be worth your time. Especially if you loot gold. If you loot gold still, this is definitely a good spot to go because brimstones drop a shitload of gold on top of all the creature products and the rares that they drop. So, very nice. And I am heading back to the entrance now, and I will end this video there. So, thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed, and if you did, please leave a like. Comments are always appreciated. Any feedback, I love reading your comments, and I like responding to them too. So please drop one if you feel obligated to, and if you enjoy the content I produce, subscribe if you haven't already. Subscribers really make me happy, and that's the whole reason that I keep on doing this. So, hope you enjoyed, and see you next time.